how many of you are as obsessed with Instagram as I am?
I would always say it's connection before correction.
We have grown up in the no generation.
We're raising a no why generation. So thank you for each one of you for being here. First up, how many of you are as obsessed with Instagram as I am? You know, for me, it's and for those of you who follow me, it's a natural extension of who I am, and it's one of the biggest backbones of a community that I've founded, right? And for me, it would be very hypocritical to say that it works for me and it doesn't work for my children. Most important and most well reckoned when it comes straight from the people you want to listen to, and that is from Instagram itself. And I'm very happy that Natasha is here.
Parents to say we want to know what kind of experiences our minors are having on platform, and we did that by coming up with a tool which a parent or a guardian initiates. The minor is also on the platform. Now, the minor can also initiate it, but the parent or guardian has to accept it, and vice versa. So there is an initiation and there is an acceptance. Very often people feel that any parent can do it for their child and nobody will find out. No, there is a principle of teen autonomy and teen privacy, which is very real as well. Those children who are above 13 and are allowed on the platform allows those above 13, not under 13. And we're looking to kind of like figure out what is the age appropriate experiences. So there's a lot of content that a minor will not be shown, right? Ads on, say, alcohol, etc. are not shown to children.
Teens earlier to teens now, what has really changed?
Teens today have a lot of choices. Now the cherry on top is that they need validation, and there are no role models for their validation. I need to be part of your growing up. Decision is yours, but I need to be part of the process of your decision making.
How has the usage of teens on Instagram evolved over the last 2 or 3 years?
Sometimes I feel that things are evolving every few weeks. New trends are coming in every few weeks. We're discovering something every few weeks. Putting themselves, their opinions out a lot more. I mean, that's a sea change that I see, not just from my time. Even having seen my daughters grow up in the age of digital technologies, I just feel that a lot more out there, a lot more aware, and a lot more, I want to say, courageous.
As a parent, how do you approach this conversation with your teen? And how do you convince them that I'm not intruding into your privacy, but this is, like Natasha said, it's not about spying, but it's about security and safety. So you want to make sure that they're still under supervision.
So there's a lot of research which has happened over the last 5 years in neuroscience of brain, which says that the brain development starts somewhere around teenage. The prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for adult behavior, which is responsible for rational thinking, logical thinking, sanity, right? All that just starts developing. So we will see a lot of irrational behavior. We will see illogical things. We will see them questioning back. We will see them, arguing with us, but they're not arguing. They're actually just testing their boundaries. They're learning to explore adult behavior. And as parents, once we have that understanding that this is part of the normal growth and development of my child, we will be able to understand their behavior in a much better manner. I would always say it's connection before correction, right? Way before we they step into their teenage, we have to start building that connect even earlier. Make them understand that, you are the hero of your film and we are the support actors, or you're in the driving seat of your life and I'm just, in the side seat. I'm there. We're both in the same team. It's not parent versus the child. It's not team game. It's we are by your side and we wish the best for you.
How about we sending out those simple nudges as parents to let them know that we are not spying on them, but we're just supervising on them and explaining to them very simply those top 3 or 4 things that you want to share.
With the supervision tools also, the idea is who's following your child, who your child is following. Take the first step to figure out what it is like, because a lot of the families were coming back and saying, we don't know what they're doing. We don't know how much time is being spent. We don't know kisko follow karte hain, kya kar rahe hain. क्यों report करेंगे किसी को? Like we have no idea. So it's just an easy introduction. Like this is the pace that they operate in. You to understand the whole well-being, mental health. That is why time spent on platform and the time spent tools are becoming so important. Setting up time limits on our platforms, quiet mode, turn off notifications, take a break, because we're realizing that there's one safety where there can be bullying and harassment, there can be hate speech, there can be what have you, but there's also social comparison.
You know, हर माँ को ऐसा लगता है कि मतलब ये मेरा बच्चा नहीं है, मतलब other child is spoiling my child, but जो बिगड़ा हुआ बच्चा वो मेरा नहीं है. But the fact is, and I think we were having this discussion earlier, that the child already knows more than you know. There was this video that I had seen, and we would actually work together on it, which was don't share it, report it. I really want you to talk about that.
Basically, we found that there was a lot of any kind of child exploitation content, people were sharing it a lot. And when we dug deeper, we realized that people were sharing it not because they wanted, because they wanted to harm the child further, but they didn't realize that they were re-exploiting the child. So they were so angry that they were sharing it to say, how dare someone do this to the child? How dare, and the child was getting, re-exploited. So we ran a campaign to say, we understand that you're angry, but don't share it with that video of the child.
I feel the biggest struggle that parents really, really face is how do you build that bond with your teens? And I think sometimes what happens is you're all connected till about 5, 6, 7, then you kind of lose touch and then you come back wanting to own that child at 13. So what really happens? Like, how can parents keep it consistent?
So I love the line that you said, wanting to own the child by 13. Very helicopter style of parenting, where you're in and everything. The child grows up, and this is something that research is stating, A lot of research papers are available which is saying that if we are doing too much of suffocating of our child, or we're too into their lives, then they will not learn.
For parenting tips, celebrity interviews, recipes, conversations with experts, DIYs, and lots more. Subscribe to Kids Talk Press now.